Hello and welcome to our series on how to be rich for sure. This is Samir Machwe. I'm a wealth coach and a financial mentor. In this series, we speak about money, money management, and things related to financial habits that make you rich. If you want a handbook on how to be rich for sure, you should be watching this series. This is completely free series with an aim of helping you become a financially literate investor. This is the 27th episode, and in today's episode, we are discussing something for the youngsters. So, if you are someone who is below 30 years of age, this episode is very, very important for you. If you are above 30 years of age, yes, it is also important for you, but it will have the highest impact if you are a person who is young. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel FINDAS. If you are watching this on Facebook, make sure you like our page FINDAS. So, we are going to discuss 4 things today, which if the youngsters followed, then that would make a great impact on their life, especially in the domain of money. So, the first thing that the youngsters have to do is to stop buying things that they don't need, right? So if you are someone who is young, under the age of 30, make sure you catch hold of your mind and you make sure that you don't spend your money on things that you don't need. Many times I find that the youngsters today are busy buying online because the shop has literally come to their pockets in the mobile phone. They don't need much effort to go out and do any shopping, so they will keep buying. They will put their money into things like clothes. They will have so many clothes stacked in their wardrobe which they have not used for many years maybe, but they keep buying. They will have multiple pairs of shoes and similar things and all that stuff that they don't mostly need. They want it, but they don't need it, right? So if you stopped buying these things that you don't need, you only want them, you will save a lot of money. That is first habit that you need to cultivate. You need to be very conscious, very aware of your buying habits. The second is, if you invest minimum 25% of your income, this is going to be the best thing that can happen to your life over the long run. So stop wasting money, save 25% of your income and then invest it. Use a proper financial advisor to invest your money. Invest it in an asset class that helps you beat the inflation rate by a decent margin. Just don't go out and buy randomly, don't put it into bank FDs or just buy some endowment insurance policies of that. Do a proper research, get in touch with a proper financial advisor, and make sure that this money that you save out of your income works hard for you and it helps you beat the inflation by a decent margin. It is very important. In the Indian context, if we see, you must have some part of this 25%. Major part I would recommend going into equity markets. But of course, there are rules when you invest in an equity market, because that is the only asset class, equity, that will help you beat the inflation by a decent margin, at least as of today. Today, there is no point in investing the money into debt because the interest rates are sub 7%. Real estate is very capital intensive, plus it is not working well. So that asset class is out of the window. Gold is more or less flat. Only the uncertainty of the current situation of COVID is having some buoyancy in the gold market, but otherwise gold is not going to give you very good returns. But over a long term, if you see gold returns around 8 to 9%, and if you consider the last 40 years, the inflation average is around 7%, so you will have 2% over and above the inflation. But equity markets over the long run deliver very good returns, double-digit returns typically. So that is the place you need to put your money. At least 50 to 60% of your savings have to go in the equity. That is my recommendation. The third thing that you must do, the youngsters, especially at early age, is invest in yourself. There is a formal education that you take that starts in school, followed by college, and then graduation and post graduation. That is the formal way of educating yourself. But there are many areas in life which are not addressed by this formal education, especially the money part, the finance part is not addressed. So I will just give you a paradox of this situation. A typical Indian person will go to school from first to 10th standard, then he would go to 11th and 12th, that is 12 years of education, and then a minimum of say 3 to 4 years of graduation. So that makes a investment of 15 years in this education system. And why we are put into the education system, what our parents want to happen to our life is, if we get educated, there is a very high chance that you will get some kind of employment. Either you will go for a job, or you may become a self-employed person, and eventually you will earn money. So all this investment of time and money in the formal education system is ultimately to make money, to be successful in life. That is what we call, because all of us know that we need a lot of money to live a quality life. But the unfortunate part of this is that all this 12, 14, 15 years is for making money, but there is hardly any subject that talks about money. It is like you join a driving school and then they teach you everything other than driving a car. This is how this situation looks to me. So there are some points, some part of the education that you will have to handle yourself. That is the informal education. And in that, you read books, you attend seminars, you work on your skills, you develop skills that the school and college doesn't give you. This is the third point that I want to make. So first, stop buying things that you don't need. Second, invest minimum of 25% of your income. And third, invest in yourself. The fourth thing I would like to share is a corollary of this third thing, that invest in your education, informal education, is to use time responsibly. Today, we have a huge amount of distraction through the mobile. It's a device that, if you have your self-control, will work in your favor. But I find the youth, they are completely addicted to mobiles. They are completely addicted to social media, which wastes a lot of time. So my message here is, please sit down at a quiet place, think how you spend 24 hours of your day, and what is the time that you spend such that it creates advancement, it creates growth in your life. What is that percentage of time in a given day that you invest in forwarding your life? It is very, very important to take note of this at a very, very conscious level, because if you waste a lot of time in social media, it is not going to forward your life. So it is better to use time with complete responsibility, to be conscious that what I am doing for every hour of my day, for every minute of my day, and where is my time really going. Because my friends, time is the only non-renewable resource in life. Unfortunately, the youth of today hardly have any sense of how precious time is being wasted in their life. I'm making a general statement. I have nothing against anyone, but my request is, use time in such a manner, in such activities that move you forward in life, that make you a better individual, a better human being, a person who is capable of dealing with life powerfully every next day. So create the habit of reading books, use time for reading, create the habits of watching videos, listening to audiobooks, attending seminars, online or offline, such that that moves your life forward. So if you are a person who is young, and if you did these four things that we just discussed, stop buying things that you don't need, invest minimum of 25% of your income, invest in yourself, become a better person every day, and be conscious of where you put your time, in what activities you invest your time. If you did these four things, you will have a big impact in your life in general and in the financial domain in specific. I hope you enjoyed this video, you got some value, and I hope that you will think about it and take action. Please write in the comments below what opened up for you in this conversation and what actions do you plan to take in your life based on this discussion. That's all for now. Thank you. Bye bye and have an abundant life.